You are listening to The Michael Lodge Show. Wealth, business, and taxes. Oh yeah, and some politics. Let's get started.
And hello, this is Mike Lodge. I'm glad that you have joined me. I like these conversations that we have. Now, last Saturday, I did a podcast that was titled, We Are Not Alone. And I had a theme there about getting people involved and knowing that your government's not going to take care of you and that you need to find issues in your community. But today, I was waiting for something to get done. And, of course, I was watching TikTok. And there was an individual there called Dell, in his 60s, who said he doesn't know how to deal with retirement. I want you to listen to this, okay? Just one moment.
Okay, guys, this is another Sat Dell video. But I honestly don't know what to do. I'm not handling this getting old thing very well. You know, when I was younger, I was good looking and I had tons of friends, more friends than I knew what to do with. And lots to do. I had fun, I enjoyed life. And now, it seems like I don't have any friends. Well, I have friends, but very few friends. And I do nothing except take care of Mom. And I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't even know what the point is of getting up in the morning, except to do the same damn thing today that I did yesterday. What the hell? I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to fix this.
So, what was amazing about that is I'm finding out that he's not the only one. Now, I'm old. I mean, I'm really old. And if I was to complain about being lonely, I could probably do it. And maybe it's gone through my head, maybe once or twice. I moved from the West Coast, where all my friends are, and I had a lot of good friends, and I was always busy. And I moved to the East Coast. And what happens when I move to the East Coast? Where I know no one, and I thought I could go out and make friends because I'm that kind of a person. I like to talk to people. The problem is, COVID came, shut us down. And I think what has happened is that there's a lot of people out there, when this COVID hit, they lost a lot of friends. Some may have died, not that many, but individuals who just abandoned them because they were dealing with their own mental health issues, stuck at home. I know it's difficult to be alone. It really is difficult to be alone. And there's a lot of people out there alone. But with me, I'm always busy with something. I'm doing a podcast, or I'm doing a blog, or I'm doing a vlog, or I'm working on mediation cases. I'm listening to individuals' stories. I have 3 dogs. I'm busy. I'm constantly busy. I don't have time to sit around and say, gosh, I'm all alone. Although I could. I would be justified. I think I would be justified for that. But, so Dell did his thing on TikTok, and then I read the comments. And the comments made me feel sad. Let me read some to you, okay? A lady called Nancy responded, and she said this: I'm 66 years old, and I don't think anyone prepares us for this. Please know that you are not alone. I'm in shock at this new life of mine. Next one, Suzanne. I feel exactly the same way. I'm scared and having anxiety. I don't know how to deal with getting old. And another person then responded, I mean, this goes on and on, 100 things going on. It's not anything wrong with you, she says. The pandemic caused many people, old and young, to feel isolated and alone. Try to focus on seeking out new experiences. Good advice, good advice. Lastly, I am 63. I wake up being grateful, exercise, do yoga, meditate, walk my dogs, read, travel, and cook healthy meals. Life is beautiful. Another person responded, Dale, focus on the fact that you're waking up each day. It's really nice to remind an old person that you should be thankful about waking up. I get lonely, but you're a beautiful soul, and we appreciate seeing you each day, because he does a daily TikTok thing. Another person, I'm in New York City, big city. I'm 51 on September 16, and I'm alone, lost all my friends and family, but I keep going, never give up. I cry every night. I'm here for you. Another person said, volunteer, join a meetup group. Another one says, I feel the same way, and I'm only 52. More than half of my life is over. I feel exactly the same way. Another person says, I don't have the answer, but relate. I just have my dog, and otherwise I have no point either. Life is exhausting sometimes. Another person said, unfortunately, I feel the same way too. Everybody's gone. I'm by myself. We could be friends. Another one, I feel you. I have no one but my dog and cat and a tiny few long-distance friends. What's the point of me being here? Another one said, I feel your pain. Same thing I'm going through. Lost my mom, dad, and 2 brothers in a 5-year period after being caregiver to them. I'm 57. I feel no one prepares. Another person, yes, same here. Another person says, I can relate. Taking a walk, go to the senior center and see if someone needs help, or going to a cafe and sit outside helps me. This goes on and on and on and on, page after page, remark after remark of people who are alone. Now remember, these are people that might just live next door to you or down the street. These are individuals that might be you. It could be me. But people are alone out there. They feel as though they have been isolated from everybody. And through this isolation, no one talks to each other. No one has those chats they used to have at the coffee shop. I remember my dad every morning would tell my mom, well, I'm going to go out and get the paper. 2 hours later, because he stopped at the coffee shop, talked to all of his guy friends. 2 hours later, he went home. My mom would say, oh, boy, that was a long paper, wasn't it? But there are individuals out there, and I'm finding it more and more every single day, of people who are willing to tell me that they feel alone, that they're by themselves. They don't know what to do. They don't know what's safe to do anymore. They don't know who to associate, because everybody's telling everybody, if you don't have the vaccine, you can't be my friend. You can't come over to my house. So the phone calls stop, because they know that what they just said to their friend is wrong. So the phone calls stop. This is happening every day, moment by moment, person by person out there. This COVID has created more mental health issues than we will ever experience again in our lives. Being isolated at home, not being able to talk to your friends abandoning you almost, because they don't know what they can and cannot do. They've been told you're old, so stay home, it's safer for you, so stay home. But in fact, the older individual needs to get out there and live life. Otherwise, you just give up, and you age faster. And you die faster. You got to keep yourself busy out there. If you know of another lonely person, don't make that person lonely anymore. Go over and visit them. Take a cup of coffee over. Invite them out. There's safe ways that older people can get out there and live. Don't be afraid to live. Get out there and do something. I know it's been a tough 2 years. We have literally changed our lives based on what government has said, and it's done more damage than anything else ever in the history of this nation. I'm sure that at war times, during World War II and World War I and those heavy-duty wars, Vietnam War, where you had relatives out there alone fighting, I'm sure there was a lot of mental health issues at that time, and because they came back with a lot of mental health problems. The Veterans Affair was overwhelmed by mental health issues. Well, we're at the same point in time, but you and I, we can do something about it. If you know somebody that feels alone, or you know that they're sitting there home alone, you call them. Get them to tell you a story. Get them to tell you about a great recipe that they know. Talk about their family. Just talk and listen. The better you listen, the mental stress and the mental health concerns diminish because they're talking. In this talking process, in this communication process, even when I'm doing mediation, the more that I can get people to talk, I can calm them down to a point where we can literally think about a process to resolve the issue. Same thing with human beings out there that are lonely, that need somebody to talk to. It's good therapy to talk. You feel good, right? I know that when my friends call me and we have a conversation, it feels good. In fact, I need to return the phone call because she called me yesterday, and I'm sure she has some good gossip for me, but it's either that or she wants me to come over and work for her, and I'm not going to do that. But listen, the problem is we need to start communicating again. People cannot feel this way. This is a disgusting part of our life at the moment because we were locked down, we were isolated, and we were told as older people to stay indoors, stay home. It's safer for you. But in fact, it wasn't safer for them because now we have mental health issues of people feeling abandoned. So, we don't need to call the mental health experts in, but what we do need to call in is you. So I'm calling on each and every single one of you out there who knows of someone who is lonely, who feels alone. Get them involved by you talking with them. And you can talk about anything. I don't care what it is. Just get them to talk. Communication is the best therapy of anything. Think about the times where you have been so angry and a friend sat down and let you talk to them and they listened to you. How good did you feel after you got all that off your chest and you sat there and you said, you know what, this is a good friend because they listened. I tell you, communication is so important in our daily life. We've got to start doing it more. We've got to start sitting down with people and let them tell their story of how they feel. We've got to do it. Because as I just read the message after message to Dell, they were all in the same boat. They all felt when they're getting older because they're retired and they're really not doing that much anymore. They are not involved in life as much anymore. But I tell you, once you start talking to these people, their life changes. They get a little bit of spring in their step and they start going out there and doing their thing. What a disgusting mess we've gotten ourselves into, right? We isolated and then we forgot how to communicate. We isolated, and then we became so politically passionate that we began offending other people. Because you didn't have anything else to do. You had a whole bunch of people sitting around listening to the government and listening to all these, I don't know who they are. They're individuals who are out there who just get involved in everything. And then creates anxiety in you. gives you mental stress. We have completely become not Americans. We're no longer Americans. Remember, we Americans were out there doing stuff. We were involved. We were charging forward. We were getting people involved in our social lives. We were talking. We were communicating. We were laughing. We were doing a whole bunch of stuff that we stopped doing once we were told to lock down. And when we locked down our friendships. We shut the door to our friendships. We shut the door to communication. And it was done. Life was done. And now people don't know how to adjust. What do they do? Because you and I have told them, you're 65, stay indoors. It's safer for you. But you didn't give them any other advice to tell them how to deal with loneliness, or how to deal with getting old, or how to deal with being scared. No, you just kind of let them go. You say, go home, lock yourself up, deal with your own stuff on your own. And everybody stop talking to each other. Maybe what we need is a talking club where people can call each other in the club, talk about anything. I don't know. We need to do something better. But you and I can start doing something now. If you know of somebody that's lonely, pick up your cell phone, dial that number, or if they know they're on FaceTime or Zoom them, FaceTime them. Do whatever you can do to get those guys talking again, because now they're at the point where they're saying, why do I even get up? So it's up to you to get out there and give them a reason for getting up. Communication does a whole bunch of healing. But we've forgotten how to do it. And we need to start repracticing. Getting more involved. That's what we need to do. Listen, if you like my blogs and vlogs, podcasts, follow me by going to www.buymeacoffee.com/Michael Lodge. Again, that's www.buymeacoffee.com/Michael Lodge. If you have a question for me, send it to me at what is it? Mediator at lodge-co.com. Mediator at lodge-co.com. So listen, you guys. Let's start opening up our mouths, and let's open up our ears, and let's begin the communication process, because there are people who need you. There are older individuals who need someone to talk to, because this isolation thing went on way too long. And now they don't know how to adapt to life. Let's get it on, guys. Pick up a phone. Let's do our thing. This is Mike Lodge. I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye. This podcast was produced by Michael Lodge, fully focused on content.